Who are we not talking about? Who should we be having an eye on that we're not talking about, that others are talking about, or you would like to talk about right now, Tom?
I would say there are some players, and I did my surprise first rounder story a week early this year, and now, of course, in the last 5 days, I've heard like 5 more names that I should have in there.
Nice.
Siobhan Revels from East Carolina might be the best corner in this draft. He's coming off a torn ACL. He's in barely any mock drafts. Wouldn't be shocked if somebody just takes a shot on him in round 1 because he is that good of a player. Everything, he's hitting every checkpoint, should be ready for the season. That's a name that we probably haven't talked about enough. Jaden Higgins, the wide receiver from Iowa State, is a guy who, if there's, I had Emeka Egbuka in my story as a potential surprise first rounder just because none of the NFL.com mock drafts had him in there. I think that his floor is probably around 25. But Jaden Higgins is another player who potentially in this wide open receiver class, I think is a guy that you could hear his name come up a little bit sooner than everybody's thinking.
Okay. And let's just throw these at you. Some quick hitters. I know you guys like the quick hitters. More running backs taken than quarterbacks in the top 20 Thursday.
Now, I can't give gambling advice. Right,
no, that's not.
And we would never ask you.
Would never ask for it.
It's not gambling. Honestly,
I don't want
know me, man. I play by the same rules
right?
as you do,
I don't know if we got the disclaimer handy.
No, I got the email.
Sure.
I got the email, bro.
We would never
that email. I mean, when there's a draft, okay, and there's a draft in a town where there are casinos, you're getting an email from the National Football League before you even get on a plane. So there were emails. So I saw them. I read them.
Yes.
But this is something that can give a glimpse.
More
running backs taken than quarterbacks in the top 20.
I would say yes.
Okay.
Right now, because I think that Shador is probably 50-50 proposition. Jackson Dart is around there as well.
Okay.
But I do think Omarion Hampton is just such a talented player, and there's so many teams that need running backs between him and Genty. There's people who really like Travion Henderson, too. And that
they're going to jump the line and make him a first rounder.
All of a sudden could pop up here. As much as, we talk about all this, devaluing of the running back and whatnot here, we've seen teams take running backs high. And we haven't seen a whole lot of teams over the past 10 years here regret taking running backs high because there's only certain guys who get into that category.
Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, take a look at have there been any busts that you would think of anybody that's taken running backs higher than you would normally select a running back?
No, there's some teams that philosophically take Tampa, for example, which has been one of the best.
I mean, Bucky Irving is dominant.
They always take offensive linemen, defensive linemen early because they figure we'll just invent running backs in the second, third, fourth round.
Sure.
So there is some of that, but there's not a lot of Omarion Hamptons in this draft. There's definitely not another Ashton Genty in this draft. So I would say more running backs just because I feel more confident that Omarion Hampton goes top 20 than either of those other quarterbacks.
More tight ends before running backs get taken.
I mean, there's a real chance I think that 2 tight ends could go in the top 10. I don't know if that happens. Tyler Warren is
to the Jets and then Loveland to the Bears.
Colston Loveland will be really interesting. There's a bunch of teams that love Loveland, and that could be another guy who does somebody decide to trade up for him, knowing that after that, there's a couple more. There's Arroyo from Miami. There's Jason Taylor's son, Mason. Those guys are probably they're top 50 picks.
Yes.
I don't know if either one's going to go in the first, so there's a pretty big gap here. If you're totally comfortable with Loveland, the medical, and all that, I could see him getting pushed up as well.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.